wishing. There is a miracle about to happen, and all of the curious aren't receiving. Do you think in a multitude of people there could have been some others there that needed healing? Do you think there's some others that could have needed something, and yet not one of them received anything? Except Jairus, who's following Jairus. And while he's following, now picture what Jairus is going through. His daughter is at the point of death. He went to find Jesus. He gave up his tradition. He gave up his position. He gave up who he was as a leader of the synagogue. He was willing to get rid of that because his daughter was dying, and the only hope she had was if this new teacher from Galilee might be able to do something. I don't care about my position. I don't care about my robes. I don't care about how many people are watching me. I have to find this man because that's the only hope I have that my child is going to live. And he finds him in time. And he calls him and she says, Jesus, will you help? And he says, I'll help. Let's go. And so they're on their way to get help for his daughter. And now this woman interrupts. See, we don't read the Bible as thinking ourselves, what would it be like? If that were your child, and you were on your way to the hospital with that kid, and this woman interrupts. Exactly. Oh, I was just, while you're on your way to the hospital, would it be okay if I just get my stuff and come with you? It won't take long. My child is dying. Don't you interfere with my name. That's in the natural. There's a much greater lesson here. Jesus has said yes. He has started following. He started coming. We're on our way to our house. Maybe there's hope. Maybe my child will live. He's going to come. He's going to see. This could be the day that our miracle comes to our house. This could be the day that God visits me. And this woman. While he's listening to this woman, somebody comes and says, oh, don't bother Jesus anymore. She died. It's close. If he hadn't stopped, if he hadn't, my child could have been living. What do you think he was going through at that point? I just threw away everything. I gave up my respect, my position, my leadership in the temple. My family is going to scoff. My neighbors are going to turn their backs on me. I gave up everything. And Jesus looks at us, don't worry. No worries. Just keep believing. See, people didn't get raised from the dead that often back then. Nowadays it's not uncommon. Back then it was a little more difficult. No, yeah, people get raised from the dead every day. Just not in the church. Hospitals stop people's hearts regularly. Drain their blood out through machines. Happens every day. But even death. It wasn't that common occurrence yet back then, and he didn't know. But Jesus says, don't worry. Be not afraid, only believe. So it took faith for a leader of the synagogue to come. But I imagine it took more faith to keep believing once the evil report came in. See, now religion would have said, oh, it was God's will. The child died, it was God's will. It sucks for you. But Jesus said, no, keep believing. Don't give up yet. In Luke chapter 5, well, we know what happened there actually. Jesus came to us, he stuck everybody out. Get out of here, all you unbelievers. Well, these weren't unbelievers, these were Christians. These were people of covenant. Yeah, get out of here, all you unbelievers. They were professional mourners. They were hired to come and cry. Get out of here. Took the parents, and took Peter, James, and John. You guys, you three, I don't want faith in here. Everybody else get out. Arise. Arise. Okay? Kids out. What do you think the leader of the synagogue was saying back then? I don't think he cared with reputation. Luke chapter 5, we have another account of only one person in the middle of the multitude getting healed. When you read the story of Luke chapter 5, you'll find out Jesus was in the house. He was busy preaching in the house. The scribes, the Pharisees, the doctor of laws were all there. They were all listening. They'd all come. They were all spectators to hear what this Galilean was going to say. All the most learned men had come to hear, the doctors of law, the scribes, the Pharisees. The house was packed full, and the Bible says the power of God was present to heal them, and not one got healed. And then 4 guys come trucking along. They're carrying this bed with a guy laying on it. They got their buddy in the bed. Oh. All these people, we can't even get close to him. It reminds me of many church services. Can I make that count?
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of many church services because you'll see that so often where the unbelievers, where those that are sick, where those that need help come to a church service and the speaker has an altar call and all of the bucket bumpers rush to the front and those that need help can't get in.
Yeah, that's true. That's not wrong.
Is that harsh? I'm sorry.
Preach it, man. Preach it.
Oh, well, I have an eyelash report this morning. Can you pray for my eyelash? Well, yesterday I felt, something didn't feel right. Can you pray for me? Can you pray for this? Can you pray for that? There's people that aren't even saved and they're needing a touch from God and they can't get anywhere close.
Yeah, come on.
It's my pet peeve. I don't care if nobody else shares it.
It's good.
They couldn't get close to him. They come to the door, and the place is packed out. We can assume Jesus was probably in the middle of the house somewhere. And it's all packed full. The doctors of law, the scribes, the Pharisees, all of those that should already have known better. Scribes and Pharisees worked in the temple. They had the law. The doctors of the law, they had the law. They could have studied the law. They could have seen what was available. They could have seen in Exodus 15:26 that says, I am the Lord that heals thee. They could have seen if there's any sick, let him go to the priest and make this and this sacrifice. They could have seen how to get finished. And they're busy taking up Jesus' time so that when somebody needs help, they can't get there. I'm glad these guys didn't quit. They get up. They said, well, the door's too tight. Can't get through there. But there's a roof. See, in some countries, the roofs aren't like our roof. In some countries, what they have is there's like slate tiles. And they're sort of curved. And they just have to pull them apart. And they can get in there now. So they head up on the roof and they rip open the roof